Hey guys, welcome back to MaxCast for Unification. Today I have another 1 vs 1 for you on Fata Morga. On the northern side playing Death Guard we have Wood. On the southern side playing Orks we have Grindan. So it's one of these games Grindan and Wood played quite a while ago. They shared all of the replays, so I'm getting nice to see them more or less all together one after another. And we saw that Wood did go for Company 2. I do not completely remember what Company 2 does for Death Guard. There will be some Death Guard people in the comments, I think, or you could check out the wiki so that you will know. It's not one of these zombie companies, that's for sure. I know some companies, like Company 3 is with the grenade launchers and the better turrets. Company 1 is with zombies and typhus. Company 4 is the demon one. Company 5 is for terminators, and I think 6 is for better plague stuff. I do not really completely remember, but yeah. On the Orc side we have the pretty standard 2 sluggers into shooter into Big Mac. Also the perfect capping patterns to get the shooters to your closest point. On the other side we have 1, 2, 3 cultists. That's also pretty standard into the Plague Lord. So this is, I think, the most standard way to play Death Guard these days. To get 3 cultists into either the Plague Lord or an Assault Plague Marine. I mean, you could go for Assault Plague Marines afterwards if you once you got these points up. One thing I would like to see a bit more from Death Guard actually is to put some Feculent Gnawmaws in cool positions, like here or next to the bridge, here or here, so they can help you in the defense or offense depending on what you want to do. Shooters actually going for the right side. What they expect, some aggression from Death Guard early on maybe, and a big also here. Yeah, no, pretty standard here. The resources not completely lining up for the Death Guard, but that's okay. He's going for Assault Plague Marine. So there's the sick old standard build for Death Guard. Let's see how it fares against these Orcs. They are rallied to the Plague Lord as they should, and there they come in a pack of 2. Orcs over here capping the middle point as well, so that is a strength of Orcs, having these relatively cheap slugger boys. They can capture the map pretty fast, very swarmy. Quite the opposite of Death Guard with low model count, high value, you could say. In comes the Plague Lord. The Plague Lord will win a 1 vs 1 against Big Mac, I think. The Big Mac doesn't win most 1v1 fights of the commanders. He is rather attaching his shooters and now coming over here, and he could kill a worker or 2, but the cultists could also try to tie them up into melee. That would probably kill themselves, but would save these workers, and they are doing just that. Losing a model or 2 on the way in, but that is okay. At least there are builders. They should actually double build here. Can get the listening post up or close to finishing. Cultists will completely wipe here. That's kind of sad. We have now fully reinforced Assault Plague Marines getting a small little charge, having some knockback even on hit, so that's interesting, very nice. And the listening post is getting up, could be upgraded so that it will defend this position a bit more. That's the second squad of Assault Plague Marines, so this is the... It doesn't get more standard than that, I have to say. One thing I would like to see is, Gift of Repository is nice, but Feculent Gnawmaw would be nice as well. Cultist scouting over here, seeing the 2 war banners. Normally want to get the pile of guns before the second war banner, but it's a minor thing. We will hopefully get the right upgrade. There's only one correct upgrade for the Orcs. That's Heavy Boy Armor. There's nothing more important than this. We will keep an eye on this. Pile of guns finishing, so we will see some big shooters probably now. There we go. And you really need Heavy Boy Armor. Is he... Okay, he's lacking a bit in the resource department. What is he getting? Okay, he goes for Shooter Boy Spam. Maybe then Heavy Boy Armor isn't the most important upgrade. If you want to get a Shooter Boy Spam, Blast here could also be important, but for that you would need another War Banner, I think. 2 War Banners is not enough for that. And we have quite a lot of resources for Death Guard over here, so let's see if they opt to go for a tier 2 now, or what you really need for these Assault Plague Marines is there's tier 2 is the disgustingly resilient research, which gives them a little leap/charge into combat, completely making them more viable in with one big upgrade. There's the upgrade listening post, but there's now 3 squads of shooter boys. Where's the Big Mac actually? Ah, in the front. I was. This was in plain sight over here. Now the question is, can he defend his position? He only has 2 squads of assault. Where's the second squad of assault marines? It's all the way on the top here, so this is not good. This is 3 squads of shooters and only 1 assault marine and a plague lord. You do not want to engage this. You really rather would have wanted to cancel the upgrade over here, upgrade this point, and go for a secondary position over here. Even trying to get a Feklo and Knollmore or 2 to defend. There's the disgustingly resilient research quite late actually. He will need to pull these guys off into combat. He cannot defend this with just 1 squad of cultists, plague lord, and 1 squad of assault marines. He is about to hit tier 2, so also something you should keep in mind. I think on the other side you cannot really lose the gift of repository. It's also kinda why it is bad to have it on this position. The cult is getting the heal, but they are dying before, so this is kinda sad. The heal kinda also affects himself, which is nice. But yeah, this is more than enough squads to kill these guys. They have now the disgustingly resilient trait, so they can now charge. You see it, have the little charge into combat, but still, this was an ill-advised defense here. The assault fragment is now just coming in, but I think it will be too late. I mean, you can reinforce them quite a bunch. They are resilient, that's true. Maybe I'm not blackmailing, what is it called? Seeing everything too dark here for the Death Guard, because they're kind of holding still. This point has not been decapped. He started and then got persuaded to leave. There's even now okay, he's getting a Rhino. We have tier 2 on the other side, not yet. He needs to, yeah, there's the tier 2 war banner. We stick on this side to see the infiltrated stuff. And he kinda is holding with 1 squad of Plague Marines over here and the Plague Lord. Now that the second squad is here, this turns out very interesting. On the other side, yes, he is now getting the economy, but there's the bloated Rhino. We do not have the custom gadgets yet, so he cannot stun the Rhino. He will need to attach and then teleport out. That's what he is probably wanting to do over here. Yeah, very nicely done. And now the question is, what do you do? There's like a lot of bloated Rhinos. You can even get the smoke launchers, which are a toxic smoke for the Death Guard, which can do really good anti-infantry work for you. Tier 2 is finished. We see some tank busters. Would see some tank buster infiltration shortly, I think, as well. Blaster research is now done. I haven't seen or checked if the Heavy Boy armor is out, but I think it is. 3 bloated Rhinos yet, and I think there's no stopping yet. Question mark. Okay, he's missing some tribulation mount. He's missing some power. What is the tribulation mount? For one of the guys with the grenades? Question mark. One of these small commander dudes. He's getting now the malignant plague caster. That is important. Very important leader. So now we have a little defensive position on the Orks, and you can see that the Orks can sit very defensively with all these points and stuff over here. 1 squad of tank busters is out, 2nd squad of tank busters will be there, and tank buster infiltration. So this should make short work of these Rhinos. And the question is, how do you deal with the commanders? Oh yeah, you deal with them if they are walking alone in the sands of Fata Morga, completely unsupported in the middle of nowhere. That's how you deal with them. They will just die. This is a big misplay by Wood over here, leaving his commander alone over here. Also having, I do not understand why he's here and not here. Yeah, it needs to put it in and then exit as quickly as possible. Few rockets will fire. He has not been able to capture his relic back again, so his economy should be very poor. Yeah, look at it. Not even upgraded his points, so his economy is super poorly developed. I cannot emphasize it much enough. He's also not spending his resources completely optimal. The question is, what would you go in tier 2 against this blob of Orks? Malignant Plaguecaster is a right idea, these rhinos also, but the question is how do you deal with the tank busters, and I right now have no answer for you quite on the top of my head. But for now you see maybe some toxin grenades and some toxin rhino shenanigans. There are some grenades from the assault marines, you can see it over here, but as I said, you can also get these assault from these rhinos, get these poison launchers. That would be really nice. The Malignant Plaguecaster doing absolutely amazing work before he is now dropping down finally. So I think this could be way closer if would have played a bit better early on, not losing his commander, for example, and stuff like that, because he currently do not have a whole bunch, I guess. Desecrator is a good idea to long range support, so that you're not getting in range of the tank busters, but can support your troops from outside. The other idea would also be to get, as I said it too much, some of these factory and Knollmaws. I just like this word, and it's a building that is quite underused. Now we see the Desecrator on the top. He could probably fire from here. Yeah, you see some artillery, and this would be a good idea, yeah, as well. I think this would be good. But as it stands now, this is a victory for Grindan. I do not see how Wood will come back from this position. He has basically no economy if he do a quick glimpse here. 62 and 40 against 116 and 50. So this is quite the developed economy for Grindan. He played the economy game, now getting even the points all around the map. Yeah, requisition upgrade as you like it. So he's and you see it. He's also spending his resources way better than Wood. So this was. You can see that the matchup could be more or less balanced, or both would have a chance, but Grindan just played the game a bit better. Wood didn't play bad. I don't want to give you the wrong idea here, but Grindan was just playing better. We see that a lot of Orks has been died, a lot of green dead, be it green from the Orks or from the Death Guard. I kind of like this matchup, to be honest. Yeah. Okay guys, without further ado, as usual guys, thanks for watching and see you in the next video. Bye bye!